If you do not understand white supremacy, what it is, and how it works, everything else that you do understand will confuse you. In all of these 9 areas of activity, economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. Anywhere on the planet, minute by minute, day by day, all of the time, all of the time, all of the time.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to the world. Welcome to Neely Fuller Jr.'s Counter Racist Code Show. This is the May the 27th, 2025 edition of the show. I am your co-host, Mr. Bobby, and the other co-host is Gate. He's here with you. And we thank you for tuning in to today's program. We are live, and we're going to be doing some different things today according to what Gate has promised up. Now, you can get the program by going to on producejustice.com. You can go there, you can get the program. You can also get the program on YouTube at producejustice.com, and Facebook. You can get it at Facebook at Produce Justice Neely Fuller Jr. Those are the ways that you can get in contact with the program. Gate, good morning. And what do we have in the on the menu today?
Good morning, Mr. Bobby. As Mr. Fuller says, I'm still learning, as we should all be. There's not a person in this known universe who can declare that they have stopped learning. If they have, we got some issues here. We got a lot of things to talk about today. We have an interesting topic, as we do every week. And I'd like to first thank everybody for tuning in. As Mr. Bobby says, go to producejustice.com to stay abreast of what's going on. We have started this show to continue Mr. Fuller's legacy. Mr. Fuller went to join the ancestors on February 1st of this year. Mr. Bobby was his co-host for many years on Talktainment and Blog Talk Radio. I, Gate, have been behind the scenes as the producer for many years, for the past 5 years. And so the Mr. Fuller's family and Mr. Bobby and myself, we have committed ourselves to keeping Mr. Fuller's legacy alive. We do that by bringing his code book. His code book, he wrote 3 books, wrote one back in 1984. And then he wrote a word guide in 2010, and he wrote a revised edition of his original book in 2016. You can get those books by going to producejustice.com. We also, we bring to you some of Mr. Fuller's words so that we're not taking things out of context. And we'll bring a topic to the table, and we'll back that topic up with quotes from the book and from quotes from Mr. Fuller's actual words. And we will do that today as well. Today we're going to talk about fear. We're going to talk about, do non-white people fear white people, or the other way around? And what is this fear doing for the administration of justice, or the lack thereof? Many people, I look at things that are happening in the news, Mr. Bobby, and I always like to run them through the lens of the code. And I ask myself, what would the code say? Some people say that whites fear blacks because of things like genetic annihilation.
Yeah, genetic annihilation.
Like, and people talk about, well, I'm afraid to move next to black folks because they're violent. They may rob me. They may hurt me. They may take advantage of our women. So these fears are out there. And so we have to deal with it. I was looking at the news, Mr. Bobby, also about Trump had a meeting on the 21st with the president of South Africa. And
yeah,
we saw how that went. We saw racism and white supremacy on full display. you have 49 white South Afrikaners coming into the country, pretty much bypassing the screens that are keeping everybody else out. And the president, I hate to even call him that, was screaming about genocide is taking place in South Africa. And there's genocide taking place in many places in the world. You can look at the Congo, you can look at Gaza, you can look at places, and you don't have to look to South Africa to find instances of genocide. And so that is once again what we're dealing with. And when you look at things that are happening like that, you do have to ask yourself, what are they afraid of? What are they afraid of by allowing people from the Caribbean, from Central America, from the Middle East into the country? But somehow the gates are wide open when we talk about some white farmers from South Africa. So these are the kind of things we're dealing with on a daily basis. And that's why we have to stay focused. That's why we have to stay on code. That's why we have to listen to shows like this and share it and have an open mind. None of us have all the answers. Mr. Fuller was very plain and clear. He said his book is a guide. It's not a dictatorship. It's not a dictatorship. It's for us to use. If you can use it, then use it. If not, keep. As a matter of fact, let me start the show by let me tell you how Mr. Fuller has want us to use his book. And let me just put up I'm going to be playing some of Mr. Fuller's quotes throughout the program today. And let me see. As a matter of fact, we're going to come back to that in a minute. But so what we're going to do together, we're going to talk about, ask yourself, do Black people, non-white people, fear white people? Let me just pull up Mr. Fuller's quote about this. Let me start the conversation by what Mr. Fuller had to say on this particular topic. Hang on with me for a second. He had quite a bit to say about it. As a matter of fact, we're going to play several quotes today from Mr. Fuller. I'm going to start off with this one. That's not playing. Hold on there. Is it not playing on your end either?
Supremacists. Okay, there you go. Oh, fear is a tool for anybody that want to mistreat somebody.
All right, let me try this again.
That's the answer.
All right, bear with us here for a second. We are having usual suspect issues.
Who lash out at each other.
Okay.
They're fearful of. Who else they gonna lash out at? They gonna run around, telling white people, that you can't tell me what to do. They don't see none of the elders doing that. Those that survive. So young Black people who lash out at each other. Because they are fearful of.
let me speak between Mr. Fuller's words. Let me make the point that he's making. And
who else they gonna lash out at? They gonna
let me cover the topic he was speaking about. So you're in if you live in a certain neighborhood, and I've always had questions about this. You see young black people, and they're really basically attacking each other. They have beefs. I mean, they're really going at it. And many people have asked themselves why are they attacking themselves and not the person who's responsible for many of their ills, many of the things that bother them, their lack of opportunities, they're being shot by the police, they're being redlined, they're being all types of things bad that are happening. But the people that they attack is each other. And so Mr. Fuller's point was, well, who else are they going to attack? They're not going to attack the white supremacists because they have observed the elders. And the elders, and Mr. Fuller included himself, are afraid of the white supremacists. And that has had an impact on the young people. They're saying, look, we're not going to do anything to them because throughout history we have observed that our elders have not done anything. Now, another thing that Mr. Fuller said, and we will get his clip to play in a second, is that do black people fear white people? He says yes, and they should. And that's the clip I really want to play. And he explains why they should. And that's why I want to open this up for debate today. One, first of all, is it true? And secondly, is it indeed a fact that non-white people fear white people? Should they or should they not? And this is a discussion that's been ongoing. And Mr. Fuller went as far as to say, like I said with the clip, is that the young people have been modeling themselves after the elders that they have observed. Let me try to get a clip up again.
Is hate and aggressive reaction to fear, and fear is an emotional.
Oh man. Mr. Bobby, the usual suspects are working on
a response to something we don't understand.
Yes, they are.
Okay, let's do this. I'm going to do something today.
That's exactly what it means. That's why I gave it that definition.
It's like every other word is coming in.
Complete.
All right, I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to drop in
submission, I think, to fear.
We are having technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm really not happy about it because I have some very nice clips from Mr. Fuller today. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do something I haven't done before. If anybody's who wants to comment on comment on today and comment on the topic, I'm going to drop in a link that will allow you to come on screen. All you really need is a camera with a microphone, and we'll put you right up on the screen with Mr. Bobby and myself. So what I'm going to do is drop that link into the feed, and just click on that link. You'll see the instructions on what you need to do. Once you're in the green room, you can send me a private chat or wave your hand and let me know you want to come on. That screen is that link is now on in the chat. That will allow you to come on board and join the conversation. Now I'm going to look at look at some of the comments that are coming in today. Thank you again for the many comments. We see still learning. Let's put the good work in. I see Sassafat, peace and blessings. I see Sheila S. I see somebody's commenting on the white South Africaners. Got a lot of comments coming in. And sorry about the technical difficulties we're having this morning, because this is a very somebody said, can you guys please simplify book prices to $19.99 for each book and $49.99 for all three bundles, Well, Council, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take your advice on your suggestion on the advisement, where we can put some promotion together and make that happen. Thank you for the comment. See Jason's tuning in from Berlin. And he said, is it possible to join if he cam up? Jason, yes, indeed. You may join if you cam up. I'll be looking for you in the green room. I see WT Fonke. I guess I got your name right. I'm butchering your name. I know you. I see you over there laughing at me. You want to come on camera? Raise your hand if you want to come on board. All right, I got you. All right, we're gonna come on board. Let's see what you got to add to this program today. Hey, brother, sorry I'm butchering your name over there. I mean, some of these names, I'm telling you, people use the name. I'm not sure where they're getting them from, but that's not for me to decide. And like Mr. Fuller said, we call people what they want to be called. If you want to be called Pac-Man in the morning and Snowman at night, then who are we to decide? What's on your mind today, brother?
A lot, actually. First, what the funk is this? But I guess I need to actually put out what the funk is, the acronym of it. That's the name of the channel. But maybe next time I'll spell it all the way out. My mistake. And I really appreciate you guys having these kind of conversations. I've watched you guys about maybe 3 times, and these conversations are needed. You can't deny the logic that Mr. Fuller has always put on the table, and people can't argue it. It's logically sound. So it is truly one of the best solutions when you see this gender war happening between black man, black woman, all of these things. I always tell them, if you just listen to Neely Fuller, he has the answers for all of the issues that we're having, instead of us trying to find solutions under the guise of Christianity and getting married and all these other things. I no problems with Kevin Samuels at all. But I do believe that in this YouTube space, we're doing a huge disservice by not having reactions and conversations off Mr. Fuller's messages. And I hate that it maybe has to happen where he passes away, that maybe there's a chance that this happens again. Again, all I think is that we just need to be having the conversations, and it seems as if black people, especially black people on YouTube, they're afraid to have these conversations because their ultimate goal is monetization, and they're afraid of white supremacy taking that dollar away from them on this YouTube space. But I think we have to do it in alchemy-wise to actually get the solutions that our community needs on a global scale, not just in America. Can't hear you.
Yeah, it seemed like you were breaking up. I'm still trying to figure out. We had some technical. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe on this end. I think Mr. Bible, was it breaking up to you too?
Yes, it was.
Okay. What I will say also, when we put people on, just make sure that you're good with it. This is broadcast all over the world, including Berlin. And I don't want anybody to lose their job by something you say on camera. So just know that this when you put yourself out here, you have to be bold. What do you say? Fortune favors the bold. We're not. We have bigger issues to worry about. So I want to thank the brave people that come on board here and share their thoughts. And thank you again. You feel free to stay on and chime in on the conversation. I see Sheila in the room. I don't see her camera or her picture. And so thank you again. Sheila, you want to come on board? We can wave your hand. So.
Hi, good morning for you, I think. For me, good afternoon. I'm in Germany. I'm in Frankfurt.
What?
Yes, yes. I'm a fan of the show. Usually, normally when I go to New York, I had the possibility to talk twice, I think, with Mr. Fuller. I've followed the channel maybe for 3 or 4 years because I'm a part of an organization in the United States, and so I got the information about the books. And once I bought the books, because originally I'm from Brazil, but I live in Germany, right? And for me, it was a eyes open really to understand how the system works against us around the world. Yes, I could really, with Mr. Fuller, understand the connection that we have connect to white supremacy. Living here in Germany, in Europe, I always say the cradle of white supremacy. All steps that they do in the United States, they work together also with people here. I'm following this situation with these Afrikaners, with the Ukrainians, Black people being murdered and mistreated everywhere, even here in Brazil, the dysfunction, cultural dysfunction that we are in. And sometimes I have no hope. I really don't know what will happen to us maybe in 2 or 3 years. In the United States, the situation is in this moment is worse than normal. And really, thank you for this work. Once Mr. Fuller passed away, I was, of course, sad because I didn't know if you would keep with the show. But it's nice, this initiative to be now I'm not working, so I have the time to join live because we have this time zone difference. So
Right.
I really love your work that please open the minds of African people, Black people, people of color. There are a lot of designation for us because we need this information. Unfortunately, we don't have in other language because we are also scattered by language. Some people, Black people, even the slavery diaspora, they cannot understand and speak English. And this information is very, very important for us.
Well, Sheila, thank you. And I'm gonna put the question back to you. And I see DJ Wayne out of WK2FM ready to join the conversation. We're gonna have a packed house today. DJ Wayne, welcome to the show. Let me ask you guys while I got you on here. Let me go back to this original topic we talked about. We talked about are non-white people afraid of white people? And what's your take on it? Are you brave enough to tackle that topic? I'll start back with you, DJ Wayne.
Oh, greetings. I had my mic up. Sorry about that. Greetings, everyone in the panel. Mr. Gate, Bobby, Mr. Bobby. I can't see the names too clear right now, but young lady there and the brother there. Much love to you. Thank you for having me on your panel. So you said the question is about non-white people afraid of white people?
Yeah. Now that was. I mean, let me tell you this. This was a topic Mr. Fuller covered on several occasions. I had some clips here today. They didn't play, and I was watching something the other day, and first I started with the question: are white people afraid of Black people? And then I said, well, let me just turn it around. Are non-white people afraid of white people? Are they? Should they be? Why or why not? That's the topic I'm putting out that day.
Well, it all depends on the situation. It's the situation. Like if I'm in this luxury building I live in and I walk downstairs and I get discriminated on, that's going to make me feel afraid now to even want to go anywhere in this building. You know what I mean? So I got that situation going on. I can't speak for every Black person because every Black person deals different with white people. So it all depends on what the situation is. If I'm driving a car and get pulled over and the police stop me, I'm feared for my life as a white person. I'm feared for my life, period, if it's anybody, to be honest with you, of any race, because being a Black man, and even a Black woman too, we in constant fear out here for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody is against us for I don't know what reason, but this is how the system is made. And I ain't saying like every single body, but the system itself or how it ran is really made to marginalize us. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Keep us to a certain level. It's designed like that,
Well, let me. I'm trying to get to Mr. Fuller's video going again. But one thing that he said, I'm going to quote him until I can get his video going. He said, "We hate what we fear." We hate what we fear, and what we fear, and we fear what we don't understand. As a matter of fact, on page 122 of the Word Guide, Mr. Fuller says he describes fear as the absence of knowledge or understanding. Now, I will say this for a fact: when you're not around somebody, and you're not seeing them as humans, or you're not seeing them as equals, and you're only being fed by what you see in the media, then there is a false fear. There's a xenophobia that creeps in. And so I think much of this fear that we talk about, we go back to Mr. Fuller's definition of it, is that what you don't understand, you tend to fear. And very few people, particularly when you're talking about people who, and now we've seen this, at least people talk about integration and all the ills and all the things, the bad things are wrong with it. And I do agree there were many. One thing it did do, and we have to give, even the place a broke clock is right twice a day. One thing it did do, it put people together, and they realized that, black people didn't have tails and horns, and that white people weren't all hanging people from crosses. And so now that we're as a society are moving further and further apart, that fear is being exacerbated as well. So how do we deal with this fear, and what toll is it taking on our pursuit of justice? Chime in, Mr. Bobby.
Well, it's something you said in the first segment about white people are afraid of genetic annihilation. And one of the things that Dr. Frances Cress Welsing stated in her book, The ISIS Papers, she gives a clinical and detailed explanation as to why they are afraid of their genetic annihilation. So what they have done has installed this system, which we call white supremacy, to prevent their genetic annihilation and cause us to fight each other in all 9 areas of people activity, as Mr. Fuller has stated in his book. That is why it is imperative that we follow a code, but we get caught up into these actions that really strengthen white supremacy and further diminishes our power that we do have.
What say you, Sheila?
So I agree and disagree to a certain point when we speak about their fear of us, because their fear is until they will not get any something back from that, because they keep going to the continent of Africa until today to have their tourism, because I have a lot of contacts with Europeans here, yes, going there to have land, to do business. Before they enslaved us, they didn't have the problem to go there and have business with these people, even have children with them 300 years. And once they enslaved us, they come with this thing about to have fear, right? What I really agree about the statement of Mr. Fuller is their way, the white supremacy and how they exercise power over us. It's for fun, glory, and material gain. It's not just connect to fear. This is what I agree.
Okay, let me try again. I'm gonna try again to get Mr. Fuller's quotes up here on the see if this problem has resolved itself. I guess not. Okay, well, I guess I have to speak on Mr. Fuller's behalf today. Let's try to pull out some of the thoughts that he made, some of the points that he made. Okay, now, when you think about it, are white people afraid of black people? And remember, the period of lynchings took place after slavery, and there should be no fear. There's no instance of black people forming armies and going out to seek revenge on white people, and that's all. That. I remember that movie that came out at the beginning of the century. What was it called?
The Birth of the Nation. The
Birth of the Nation. Right. That was promulgated, and that's what some of that thought, it just really setting into the psyche of America. So of course, you're going to have these isolated cases where somebody going, where they F around and find out, when somebody might punch somebody out. You see all this stuff floating around on the internet, and then some people use the what's actually happened. And so people have asked themselves, why aren't black people attacking white people, as they have kind of made it out to be, that we're these horrible, dangerous people. But instead, black people tend to attack each other. Now, there's this argument that, I don't like to use the term black on black crime, because people do tend to, crime happens to people around you. People, they fight the people, and they commit crimes on people that are in their closest proximity. But I know over here in Washington, the Washington, D.C. area, over in Southeast D.C., you have these $1 million townhomes, and really a block across the street, you have almost abject poverty, but people aren't crossing that street to break in those homes. Instead, they're continuing to fight each other. And it's not me just making this up. I could drive over there in about 10 minutes. So there is something that's preventing, and I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying we have to understand it. And that's what Mr. Fuller, why he in the word guide, he said fear is an absence of knowledge and understanding. And that goes both ways. He also said in page 149 that hate, which is also a topic that works its way into this conversation, he said you hate what you fear. Hate is a submission to fear. So when you have people walking around here hating, and that's a lot, it's going on quite a bit, what they're basically doing, they're submitting to fear. We come up with all these different reasons why somebody hates you. Well, I hate the way they talk. I hate the way that the kids grab the clothes out of the store and run and come in there and break down the glasses. And I don't like their music. They're loud. They're trashy. They fear you. That's the bottom line. They fear you. They fear you for different reasons, though. It's not because what you can do to them. They fear you because they don't understand you and what they've been fed by the media. It's not reality. And that's anybody want to jump in on that?
I think it's more. I think it's disguise. Is my mic working?
Man, I'll tell you, I think your microphone is having some issue.
Coming in clear.
You're not coming in clear. I thought it was us at one time, but it does seem to be on your microphone.
Let me come out, and then I'll try.
Yeah, by all means, do join and come back in.
Yeah, he might have to refresh or restart. His mic is sounding jumbled or something.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat room said garbled. But yeah, I have Mr. Neely's book right here, page 149. You said, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I like the way.
No, it's on the it's in the word guide. It's in the word guide.
The word guide. Oh.
Word guide, yeah. In the word guide, he said that page 149, he said hate as a submission to fear. So when you submit to fear, when you decide that I'm gonna give in, I'm gonna succumb to fear, then hate reigns. Hate fills this place. And so that's why when I talk about fear on either side, it comes down to a lack of understanding. Another thing we tend to fear, people fear things they have no control over. When they lose control, they fear. So if in this pursuit of justice that Mr. Fuller talks about so often, and he said justice, of course, is guaranteeing that no one is mistreated and guaranteeing that those that need help the most get the most constructive help. And so I'm saying that is an impediment to justice. This fear is running all around, and it does cut both ways. But I think what's happening in many cases is that while we don't get the fear, we don't get the justice that we have, I do believe that there is a fear, and this is my VGQ. I do believe that there's a fear of non-whites towards whites. And as Mr. Fuller said, some of it is justified. He's saying, of course it is, and you should be. Now that's his VGQ. And and so why should we be? That's the question I ask. I keep putting out here on the table. I'm saying now, like I say, he give us this code book, and he says it's not a dictator. I look at some of our leaders, the most fearless leaders among us. I look at Malcolm, and I look at Dr. King. I look at people like Dick Gregory. All of them have gone to the ancestors. Is that the reason that we fear? That we feel? Now, notice somebody said they put up a very good quote. They said we should have an intelligent. It's on the screen right now. We should have an intelligent fear of the white supremacists. That's what Mo Fack said, and I'm going to try to help paraphrase from it. It's not a broad brush. You have to be selective, and I also think you have to understand what Mr. Fuller used as in the context of what fear meant. I don't think he means shivering in a corner, biting your nails, and peeping around corners and looking over your shoulder. He's saying, get rid of some of the lack of understanding, including understanding how white supremacy works. And he said in his famous quote, if you don't understand it, how it is, and what it works, everything that you do understand is going to confuse you. So when we're looking for answers, sometimes we have to look no further than some of the quotes that some of the signature quotes. He didn't take those few quotes and make them his trademark and his signature for no reason. He knows when we start having these kind of conversations, we can go back and draw on them and help us understand why we fear, or if we fear, or should we fear. I'm going to try again to play these clips. These clips are really powerful. If I don't get them today, I'm going to have to bring them back on another show. I spend quite a bit of time putting these clips together. Man, think about all the shows that Mr. Fuller's had. We're talking about going back 7 or 8 years and going through some of 7 or 8 years of clips once a week, and then finding a certain clip.
Around, I mean, telling white people,
I want to tell myself.
You can't tell me what to do.
I think if I go out and come back in, I'm wondering if I can get back. I may have to reboot my system. If I
don't
go
see
out.
none of the elders doing that. Those that
All right.
survive. So they ain't doing it. But they find that they can kill each.
I'm going to try this quote here. When he said, you hate what you fear. I'm going to try it and see if that one's going to play. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at the title of the clip and kind of paraphrase Mr. Fuller's words. He said that you hate what you fear. And we've already discussed that. Now, what happened, we had a testimony from somebody called into the show. This was on the Blog Talk show a few years ago. And he said that, and I'm trying to paraphrase him. He said that once he got the code book and read the books, he said he was now able to navigate with less fear. And he attributed it to now having a better understanding of white supremacy. So if we're going to take a call to action away from here today, I'm going to say, like the person said that put the note up, that yes, we should be strategic in our fear, but is that much of the fear is unfounded and can be mitigated by having a better understanding of what you're up against. You shouldn't be jumping at your chowders and worrying about what's going to happen to you. You can walk out here and get hit by a bus tomorrow, and there's nothing you can do about it. So people like Malcolm, they weren't fearful. I have in the room, I have Leslie. Leslie, if you want to come on, wave your hand. I'll put you on the screen. Leslie, welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you?
What's on your mind today?
I just want to say that first of all, thank you. I'm hearing another person talk. I'm backstage and I'm hearing somebody else talk on the feed. I don't know who I'm here listening to,
Let's see. I am.
but he's real loud.
We're not hearing it over here. Is anybody else hearing it?
Yeah, somebody else talking. But
See if you
anyway,
got a. See if you have another browser open on your computer. I've done that before. I have like YouTube going on while something else is going on. I'm looking around. I'm closing windows. Cause we're not getting that sound that you were saying that you mentioned. Nobody else is hearing it.
oh, okay, I'm hearing somebody else talk. But let me take off YouTube and just go to you guys. Okay, that's perfect. All right. I think white people fear non-white people because of what they know. It's not because they're ignorant of something. And I also believe the reason why we have a type of fear of them, it is not necessarily when I say we have a fear of them based on us being ignorant because they make sure that the ignorance is solidified or built into our psyche as we grow up or even born on the earth. Um, I think their fear is uh, warranted because, like Dr. Cress Wessling said, that when you're in the minority um, and when you're believing that annihilation can happen to you, then you have to be the oppressor. It puts you in the position where you have to oppress, which is
Yes.
symptom of fear. That's exactly
Yes.
what it is.
Yes.
An oppressor is a person who walks in fear 24/7. They don't
Yes.
sleep well. They don't um, digest food well. They don't it's not what we actually think. They're living in a type of paranoia all the time. And they're going to make sure that you, being the non white, always in the ignorant, in the darkness to that particular fear. So when you do fear that way, you become, by by default, you become the oppressor immediately. And I also believe it's because of what they knew back in antiquity of how the non-white is, or what you want to call us, the black man, or whatever what they label they want to put up on us. The melanated people were the most dominant, most resourceful, most gifted, most whatever you want to say on that. And they were left with many deficits. And so they stole a lot. They absolutely stole a lot. And then they reconditioned us and retold history over the years to make us believe in a totally different narrative. And it's called whitewashing. And that's exactly what they did. I think our as existence as a people is very spiritual. I believe, I don't know if Dr. Fuller actually believed in the Bible or what have you, but I believe its history is true to us as a people, and that we were supposed to be the highest on the earth. And because we are not in our right position, then that's why the earth is what it is, and that's why supremacy is where it is. I honestly believe we were supposed to guide the entire earth into what it was supposed to be, which is justice, equity, uh, love and respect, honor. All of those things were supposed to be the top priority. And because we did not go into that position, then the world was left to do it their way. And so we became lower and lower, and they became higher and higher, and became because of their fear, the oppressor. They're very afraid of us coming into the knowledge of who we are as a people, and us operating in that like, I'm not talking about the gangbangers, and I'm not talking about all the people that do just heinous things to society and humanity. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about genuinely the good people that know who they are, have very good confidence in who they are, and them coming together. They're very fearful of us coming together. And I know Neely Fuller said we don't come together unless we have a purpose. Because if we don't have a purpose coming together, we sabotage everything we put our hands on as coming together. But when we come together as one mind, like he was saying, with a purpose, a purpose, then therefore that's when we start growing, and that's when we start, executing where we were supposed to be in the first place. And then now the world's got to deal with us on that level.
You know,
And I,
Gate, I'm gonna tell you something. For the very most part, what Sister Leslie said is absolutely true, and it is performing right in front of us, especially when she
yes,
said people who cannot sleep up all night, threatening people. All you have to do is look at the current administration. Just look at it. They are fearful, but they project that they're not fearful, but that's a lie. And she's right. We have not taken the responsibility that we should have because they have polluted us with things that are not true, and then we believe that stuff, and then we come in, we became or become subservient to that BS. But when we stand up, as she mentioned from the spiritual point of view, what is it? Second Chronicles 7:14. If my people who are called
yes,
by my name will
absolutely,
humble themselves,
absolutely,
pray, and seek my
exactly.
face and turn from their wicked ways, I, the Lord, will hear from heaven. I will heal, I will forgive their sin and heal their land. The sister is right on it.
you know, I'm looking at a note on the screen. It's almost like Leslie wrote this one as well. This is from Lisa Mitchell. She said, non-whites are not afraid of whites. They, in fact, adore and worship their open oppressors, as they are, in fact, afraid of the greatness suppressed within and embracing it to become the better collective. In other words, she said, no, we're not. Nobody's afraid of anybody. What they are, they're afraid of us getting pretty much the collectiveness. And we have this, that as a race, many of us are afraid to embrace the greatness that's in us, and that manifests in other negative ways.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's
Hey,
what
hey, hey, Gay.
uh-huh.
Malcolm made a point. Yeah, think about it. When they come to get you, notice that they always have a group to come and get
Yes,
you. But
yes,
but now us, when it gets night, Malcolm said at night it's even Steven. We ain't afraid. We ain't afraid. We will do. But they have systematically used white supremacy to suppress us, to make us think that we should be afraid. You see, I mean, they're only 10% of the whole entire world, but their projection is that they are dominant in the whole world. It's
majority.
a lie. It's a
I'm a
lie.
I'm gonna throw in a note, and I'm gonna get another word from either Sheila or DJ Wayne or WP Funk. Oh, there you go, WP. Okay, all right. Now it's down. Oh, it's coming together now. Uh, let's not forget one of the things that Mr. Fuller. I do apologize again for not having the quotes. The clips are not playing today. But one of the things that he said, we should be afraid because when they come, they pretty much come with the guns. They come with weapons. And he talked about when you're being pulled over by police, but he did not isolate it to being pulled over by police. Now, let's not forget, and everybody, I want you to think about this for a minute. And this is it's pretty clear, but many people already understand it. Think about the Second Amendment. Of all the amendments out there to the Constitution, why is it that the Second Amendment is the third rail? It's the one you cannot touch. You can touch everything else, but nobody's touching the Second Amendment. Because the way that and this is really basic. This is basic stuff, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. The control and the promulgation and the expansion of white supremacy has come through the barrel of the gun. Now, a lot of it's been psychological. A lot of it's been through other means, like warfare. What's that? Germ warfare, like what happened to Native Americans. But for the most part, the white supremacists have been able to maintain their position, not through smarts, not through other means, but most of it has come through the barrel of the gun. You can go look down what happened over in Africa. You can look what happened here in the United States. You can look what happened when the country was being formed. It was the guns. It was the guns. So the Second Amendment has become like the rallying cry. I don't care where you go, from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the North to the South. If you find a white supremacist or a racist, they're going to be quoting the Second Amendment at some point in their defense. So that alone might cause some people to pause and say, yes, maybe we should be fearful. But when we think about what fear means, like I say, once again, that doesn't mean go cower in a corner. That doesn't mean go peeping around corners, looking over my shoulder every 5 minutes. That means seek a better understanding and apply what the other brother that put up on the screen said, that we have to be smart with our fear.
What say you, Sister Sheila?
Just a second. Yes, I heard everything. So it's VGQ for me. VGQ time. Yes. So we are afraid is the fact through brainwash and everything that they promote about their own culture, they attack. But the point is for me, and I have a lot of conversation with friends when they come, but if we do this, they do this, and that they kill us, they have been killed us. Yes, it's a fact. But the point is, let's just take a look at the history, modern history. The United States, the most powerful nation until now, we don't know until when, you lost the war against Vietnam.
That's true.
You had better guns than Vietnam. This is the motivation, what people have within them. Before I was watching a movie, not a movie, a video on YouTube. A sister, she's from Ethiopia, and she was talking about the war that they were never colonized, yes, by the Europeans like the other African nations.
That's
yes,
right.
And she was talking about that, and it's clear to see, because I have a lot of contacts with Ethiopian, Eritrean people here in Frankfurt, how they keep their culture, how they position themselves, how proud they are, and there is something to do with the colonization. The Europeans, they invaded Africa, they colonized, and Ethiopia, they didn't have the kind of military that the Europeans had, or Italian, but they fought and they won. If we keep with this fear, we will keep in this situation forever. This is my point.
DJ Wayne.
Hey, in the mix. Hey, Mr. Bobby and Mr. Gate, and everybody in the panel. I'm really digging what everybody's talking about and saying right now. I think a healthy fear. We gotta have informed fear. Fear is not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta be informed. I mean, fear is the mechanism we use to ward up the danger, so we'll know what's going on. And I think that's what it is. Like, not like you said, Mr. Gate, not to run around and be like, okay, I'm scared, I'm a paranoid, I'm hiding in the corner, I'm not going outside my house. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like that. But let's just think about what kind of fear we need to have.
That's right. Flatbush in the house. All right, WT.
Well, it's Brownsville, Brooklyn. Brownsville, Brooklyn.
Go.
That's same place Mike Tyson come from, MOP. A lot of famous people come from here.
There you go. WT Phoenix. Is that Phoenix? No, WT?
WT Funk.
Oh,
I got it. Okay. I think I figured it out.
Okay. Go ahead.
We're not hearing you.
Yeah, you on.
No, not hearing you. Not hearing.
His mic must be off.
No, everybody, we can't hear you.
Nope.
Okay.
His mic is off.
Is your mic off? Okay. All right. Leslie, wrap it, baby. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. When we say fear our enemy, I think that's the part that we have also been, what I want to say, fooled, I guess that's the better word, in the language of our oppressor.
Okay.
No, I don't want to run and hide. I don't want to, every time somebody of white descent comes up to me, whether it be a law enforcement or whatever, to be afraid. But I think what the brother was saying, the DJ Wayne was saying, is that we have to have a respect of our enemy.
That's right.
The
Yes.
That's right.
the only way that I can fight an enemy adequately and believe that I can win him is to respect his position as the enemy. You and this is the thing, in the scriptures, because I am a scripture reading person. You didn't win a battle because you were just there and you were just out strategically did this battle. You did it when the Father actually gave them over into your hands. So you don't go after an enemy until you know it's in your hand to do so.
Okay.
That's
All right.
that's respecting the position of that enemy. Okay, so you don't. You have to know the enemy before you can adequately fight the enemy, and you have
All
to
right.
know when to actually do it, to engage.
All right.
Okay,
You're right.
so you have to respect that position, regardless of how we feel about it. You got to respect the position of the enemy. You got to respect his, like you said, the guns. You have to respect that. How do you navigate that? Takes wisdom and smarts. Are we willing to tap into that? I don't know.
Okay.
You
We're
Well,
have,
running short of time. We're running
yeah,
short of time. The gate. Go ahead and wrap it, babe.
no,
yeah,
I was just gonna add the what the sister was
yeah.
saying, and you guys are very you have some powerful people on this call today.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
going back to the word guide, and that we have to, if we're gonna adhere to the code, understand what the code is saying about fear. Fear is the absence of understanding. And like the sister was saying, if you don't understand your enemy, you darn well better be fearful of him. But
Right.
when you understand what he's up to, what he's trying to do, his strength, his weaknesses, that fear dissipates. Then we
Yes.
get back to what Mr. Fuller, how he defines fear: absence of understanding. Let's understand. Let's go to the code book. Let's have these forums. Let's understand that. DJ Wayne has a copy right there in it.
Yeah.
Go to producejustice.com. Grab yourself a copy of this book. Somebody put up a note today. So let's put a bundle together. I will go back and I'll talk to the partners and say, look, let's talk. Let's get this book in more people's hands. If we have to put together some type of bundle to get 3 books, we're going to do that. That's why we have these forums. We are here today to pursue justice. We're not here to hate anybody. We're here to dispense justice. And as Mr. Fuller said again, if I had the clips, I could play it again today. Guaranteeing that nobody is mistreated, and guarantee that those who need the most help get the most help.
Get the
And
most up.
also,
That's
he
right.
says, if you don't understand it, that word understanding keeps coming up. If you don't
Right.
understand something, you're going to fear it.
Yes, learning how to use that fear.
Yeah.
You learn how to use it, not against us, but learn how to use it against them in a positive way. Thank you, Leslie. Woo! DJ
All right,
Wayne on the site, man. And
Sheila,
Sheila,
last word,
woo!
Sheila. Last word, Sheila. Last word, DJ Wayne. I'm going to let you guys get a goodbye.
Thanks for the opportunity. I have the books, and once I have time, I will join. I love you. I love the show, and you are necessary. Thank you.
Love you too. DJ Wayne.
Thank you. Much love, peace, and love, and justice for all. Thank you.
Leslie. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. I have the books, and I'm waiting on us to come together with those books, brothers.
All right.
Mr. Bobby, last words for you.
Hey, producejustice.com, baby.
All right, guys. If you don't understand it, let me tell you, go back, get the book, listen to the quote, replay this show, share it with everybody, and people in the feeds who are tuning in, like the show, share it with others. Let's make this show into the powerhouse that it should be. We're going to keep Mr. Fuller's legacy alive, and it's not just about me and Mr. Bobby. It's about you, and we've proven that today with these fantastic contributors Thank you again. Love you all. We're going to get out of here.
Thank you.
Let me get my...
If you do not understand white supremacy, what it is, and how it works, everything else that you do understand will confuse you. In all of these 9 areas of activity, economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. Anywhere on the planet, minute by minute, day by day, all of the time, all of the time, all